I've never met a person who was not successful that didn't have a great amount of self-discipline within their life. Self-discipline and being able to perform and being able to keep your life on schedule and being able to keep commitments and promises and meet deadlines is essential to success. None of us can afford to have a life that is controlled by someone else, or a life that is basically controlled by our emotions. I learned many years ago that there are two kinds of people. There's the type of person who says, I'm going to wait till I feel like it before I do it. And then there's a person who says, I've got to do it so that I feel like it. One will never get anything done because they're still waiting to feel the moment to move. And the other person says, no, I need to move, and then I will begin to feel the moment. Sonia, self-discipline is essential in your life and in my life if we're going to get things done. So I have a challenge for every one of you this weekend. The challenge is simple. As you go through your weekend, and sometimes it's kind of hopefully an easier time of your week, ask yourself, am I practicing self-discipline in my life? Am I doing the things that I should do because I need to do them, or am I kind of waiting to feel the moment? Do like our friends Nike say, just do it.
As you know, I'm known to be a highly productive person. I speak 100 times a year. I write 4 books a year. I run 3 businesses. I travel all over the world. People say, how do you do it? Well, I have a morning routine, and I developed this a long time ago, and it really works. What I do is I always get up 2 hours before my first fixed appointment. So let's say I have a phone call at 8 o'clock, then I get up at 6 a.m. If I have to be in the office at 8:30, I'll get up at 6:30. It's always 6:30, maybe earlier if necessary, but always 2 hours before my first appointment. Then the first thing I do for the first 30 minutes is I exercise. And I'll do stretching exercises, I'll do yoga exercises. Sometimes I'll get up a little earlier and I'll do aerobic exercises on life cycle or elliptical machine or treadmill, or I'll swim. I usually swim every single morning. But for the first 30 minutes, get your body working. And then I like coffee. Then I'll do a little bit of spiritual reading, and I'll just relax and get my mind ready for the day, and then I'll get started. Within 60 minutes of getting up, I've exercised, prepared my mind, showered, dressed, and I'm ready to go. Then I have the next hour to plan, prepare, have breakfast, and get to my first appointment. So give that a try. Get up 2 hours early, exercise for the first 30 minutes to get yourself going, read a little to prepare your mind, and then be ready to go 1 hour before you have to be somewhere.
One of my favorite stories is when JFK went to go visit the NASA Space Center, and he saw a janitor holding a broom, and he asked him what he was doing, and the janitor replied, "Mr. President, I'm helping put a man on the moon." Every generation has its defining works. More than 300,000 people worked to put that man on the moon, including that janitor. Millions of volunteers immunized children around the world against polio, and millions of more people built the Hoover Dam and other great projects. And now it's our generation's turn to do great things. Now I know, maybe you're thinking, I don't know how to build a dam. I don't know how to get 1 million people involved in anything. Well, let me tell you a secret. No one does when they begin. Ideas don't come out fully formed. They only become clear as you work on them. You just have to get started.
Grant, tell me, how can I get rich, man?
You got to make a decision first. Number one, you have to make a decision. Dude, I want to get rich.
Chapter 3, Step 1, the millionaire decision. As I said earlier, the biggest mistake is to think becoming a millionaire is impossible. People simply don't think it can happen. So the first thing you have to decide is to become a millionaire or multimillionaire or a billionaire if you want.
The better decision was, I want to get super rich.
Uh-huh.
Like super rich, meaning I can't this up. Number 2, you got to get rid of all this couch thinking.
Right.
Everything that's trapping you to normal, you have to undo. You got to somehow figure out how to unbrainwash yourself. Save your money, look for a good deal, buy low, sell high.
Mm-hmm.
It's all bullshit. Okay, the third thing I'd tell you to do is study the institutions, don't study people.